Hello, everybody. I know. No prelude, no nothing. We just right into it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's share this out. Go live. Share effects. Facebook. Yes. Chat with Yabba Dabba Doo, Scooby Dooby Doo, looking for you. There we go. We are in the chit chat. And so we left off. We got panel 4 done last time. It is time to get panel 5 done. 5 and 6, and then go on to the next page and get a lot more done. So we're going to be going to midnight tonight. Okay, so what we have here is okay, so that's sort of good what we got here. In contrast, circle this and transform. Just rotate and scale. Over slightly. There we go. I think that looks decent. Okay, so let's come off that. Let's come back here. Delete that a little. Scoopity dibbity 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 doo. Okay, so there we go. We will grab the red. Oh, zippity doo dah, zippity yeah. Me oh ma what about awful die. Doopity doopity dippity dappity doo. This. I think we're gonna do this right first because there we go. There we go. It needs to be over this way so it can see my unsmiling face, my unlovable face. Oh, helps when I'm doing the right color. Yeah. There we go. There we go again. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Oh, well, tired. Tired, I don't know why. There we go again. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. We're going crazy in the morning and in the afternoon. Hmm. I'm in there, but yeah. Okay. Okay, it's on the red. Red. Hey, Joshua, waiting to see how long it takes for Rick to start going bonkers. Start going as crazy as I did last night, yesterday. Yesterday, it's only a day away. It's the day that's already been yesterday. Nothing can change yesterday unless you have a time machine. Do you have a time machine? No. Do you know anybody that has a time machine? No. Then why would you mention that you can only change yesterday if you had a time machine? Well, because that would be true. But, yeah, nobody I know has a time machine. It has yet to be invented. Some will say it can never be invented. Oh, it's, make sure you like and share, Joshua, please. Going to be doing a very long stream probably tomorrow sometime. Tomorrow, I'm going to go down to my storage unit, do some correcting there in the morning. And then I'm going to come back and do a live stream. Because I don't have to go to my day job tomorrow. So we should be able to get a fair amount done tomorrow. Kids. Oh. I try it. Well, maybe I need to grab, get something to eat. Oh. Good thing I can just keep coloring inside the lines. This is almost painted. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm getting my last of my pop. For you American folks, you might call it soda. You soda like it and you soda don't. There we go. Take off socks. Oh. Can't hear anybody if they come into the room. And start talking to me. Talkie, 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 talkie. Okay. There we go. All the red is done on that one. Now, time to get the white done. Hey, Christian. Not much. Just coloring up Canadian Shield 3. If you want to hop on through Discord, you can. I'm in the on-air room in my Discord. There's a link, should be a link in the description to the Discord. Let me know if you need me to send you a link to the Discord. You can't find it in the description if you want to come on. I have to go outside and grill up dinner. Ah, okay. Well, I'm going to be on until midnight my time, so, and it's 7:15 now, so if you want to hop on anytime during that time. I'm going to be doing a lot of long streams in the next month to get this all colored up and show it out. Letter, well, I'm not going to be lettering it on stream. Lettering will only take a few hours, I think. Cool, I'll be back then. Oh, yeah. Well, if you can, right now, just leave it on. Let me get some playtime for view time. I want to try and get up to that 3,000 hour mark. Well, eventually I want to get the 4,000 hour mark. And of course, also I want to, get the 1,000 subscribers so I can get. I want to get to the first monetized part and then to the second monetized part. Hey, Genuine, how are you? Hey, Flit, how are you? Anybody who wants to come on through my Discord, feel free if you have the link. Well, the link to the Discord's in the thing. If you just want to come on, chat about whatever, I'm not sure exactly what, feel free. I am in the on air thing. And please like and share so we can get a few more people here. Why so early? Well, for about the next month or so, Flit, I'm gonna be doing very long streams. Like yesterday, I did a 5 hour one. Uh, I want to get Canadian Shield completely colored, and I figure if I'm here on air, I'll be doing something instead of allowing myself get distracted by watching TV or YouTube videos. So, yeah, I'm either going to be starting early and going longer or starting on time and going longer. Like a 6 o'clock one that's, like yesterday was supposed to start at 6. Actually, I tried to start yesterday a little earlier than that, but I got real tired and went to bed for about 4 hours or 3 to 4 hours. Got up and then I went from about 6 to 11 last night for a stream. Meth, it's good. It's good for other things too, like destroying your life. And then there's the thing, maybe it can help you focus, but will it make you focus on the right thing? But how are you, Genuine Comics? Dave, I believe, right? Dave. An artist has to suffer for his artwork. Oh, trust me, I suffer. I suffer. I don't need to take meth to suffer. And if we can get up to 10 people in here, I have an unboxing to do as well. Want to talk about it, champ? What, my suffering? Is anybody really interested in my suffering? Does anybody really want to know about my suffering? Most, depending on how you talk about it, you can just come around signing it, sounding like a whiny bleepity bleep. Bleepity bleep 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 bleep. Me 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 me. Weren't you at a con recently? How'd that go? Not too bad. Yeah, it was about 2 weekends ago. Not this weekend that just passed, but the weekend before that. Yeah, I was at a con, Hamilton Comic Con, and that went not too bad. You know what? I'm gonna share a link to my global comics account. View profile. Publisher profile. Okay, how do I? Oh. Okay, there we go. Because I just recently put up the Canadian Shield ash can on here, which I just got printed, finished, and it is drawn the interiors by Alpha Porta. So there is the ash can. The cover is colored by me. It's drawn by Marcus Calgrew. I forget how to pronounce that. So there's the inside. Yeah, 4-page ash can. So yeah, it went pretty good. You know, I gave it a whole bunch of business cards. It does? I know you do drawings, Flit. You're pretty good. Do you would you ever think of doing some pencils and inks? Because I have a snowdrift ashkin that as soon as I get Dillard paid for Snowdrift 2 that I might want drawn up. I think it'd be neat to have you draw that up. And that's just 4 pages. He's thinking. So he's semi-interested at the prospect. What would I have to do? What do you mean, what would you have to do? Well, we probably work together a little bit, maybe a call or two. Read the script. I guess read the script, see whether you like it, whether it be something you'd be interested in. Drawing up. I could actually show you. I've showed the script on the screen here once, I believe. I don't know anything about comics, Rick, so I don't know what I'd have to. Do you have Clip Studio Pro or anything like that for drawing in? Do you have any drawing programs? Do you do traditional? I have Krita. What the heck is Krita? Okay, that's definitely not a good start if I'm asking what the heck is something. Uh, which is kind of like an open source version of Clip Studio, but not as feature rich. Okay, well, that's all right then. Okay, so you have a drawing program. Are you able to like you're able to size your page, right? I've heard of another one that's sort of like a more Japanese one. I think that's supposed to be like thing, but so I don't know what you'd be missing really for it, but like yeah, basically anything I've drawn in the last 2 to 3 have been drawn in Krita or something, sometimes GIMP. Yeah, I think I've seen some of it. More over on what was that other social media that we were all on for a while? Well, probably still on it, but I hardly ever go there. I hate GIMP with passion of 1,000 suns. So let's see. Can I have this display? Okay, so for a second here. So I open up to do new here, and hopefully you can see. So you can change this sort of stuff. So you probably don't have all the multiple things for various pages. You can, do the size thing, the resolution, right? So, like you just open up, one to the correct thing, which is 5.5 by 8.5. So, and then, I'm not sure what things it has in it, yours, but let's say for, you create, this has frame borders. I'm not sure whether you can create frame borders in there, so, but, you could do something similar. Figure out where you want to put panels and, just do a rectangle or whatever, the size. Put it in a folder if you can make folders, and then, you draw within the rectangle. Krita can do all that in a way. I just don't think it has the multi-page comic feature thing like Flip Studio Paint does, though. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, you can just do it and just send it to me page by page. It doesn't have to be in the multi-page. I can create the multi-page thing and put each one in, and then you do the drawing of whatever the thing is, And let me talk. That had Snowdrift Dash. So here's Google AI says Krita has a comic manager Docker. Okay. Transform. Fit the screen there. So this is, the script. It's just Ashcan Snowdrift, page 1, panel 1. Snowdrift sitting down in front of a futuristic computer console board, the Holy Warriors space station Alpha Omega 1, and is pressing a button on the console. Is this thing on? I hope so. I'm not doing this again. My name is Snowdrift, and if it's not obvious with the name, I have cold-based powers. Not saying my alter ego in this video. Never know who will watch it. I will say I'm not originally from this time. I was born in the 1920s. I went to college, university during the Second World War. I majored in science and got my degree with top honors at graduation. With no details, tragedy struck, and I was stuck in time for about 70 years. When I was released, I discovered I had cold powers. And that's when I became Snowdrift. Hold on a second, people. Now, fight crime, battle supervillains. I even helped to form a team of superheroes, the Holy Warriors, which I'm a part of. With that, not much more to tell. So, computer, end recording. Snowdrift stands up. That is done. That is all they're gonna get from me. No one needs to know. I need to put that in there. No one needs to know any more about me than I want them to know. And that can be done one-on-one as I get to know them. Computer, transport down to my dwelling in my living room. Snowdrift being transported away. Fairly simple. Yes, Queen Slay. I have no idea what you're trying to say. I have no idea what you're trying to say. My name. Thank you for explaining how Snowdrifts. Thank you for explaining how secret identities work, Snowdrift. She wasn't explaining it. She just she's making a recording that anybody who can get into these files can end up having her secret identity. And she doesn't want anybody that she doesn't know being able to have her secret identity by accessing that file. Hence why she did not let anybody know in that recording. Woman-splaining. It's more just saying, let's say, Canadian Shield, when he did it, he's like, hey, yeah, my name's Manly Cougar. I'm called Manly Cougar now, He didn't give her rips behind, who knew? He told his secret identity, no problem. Didn't even think twice. Well, I guess at the end he sort of thought sort of twice, but it's like, Not sure whether this is a good idea, these recordings. But, he did it anyways, and he gave all the information. A bunch of information. Well, not a super lot of information on himself, but. Yet she's the one with the mask. Yeah. Hey, he didn't design the suit. Somebody else did. But, he's also an 8-foot person, Not too many of them around. I wasn't aware until recently that Manly is a real name. Like, there are people actually named Manly. I knew that. I don't think it was supposed to be his real name, but Laura Ingalls, I think, nicknamed in Little House on the Prairie, anyways, her husband Manly. Could be wrong. In the TV show, anyways. But that's why I went with half why I went with Manly. Because Manly will sound like man-like. Which, is something that, Men Like Cougar is willing to accept, sort of in shortening his name. Or making it seem more modern. Will you ever meet the female alternative? Will we ever meet the female alternative uh, version of Canadian Shield, Mandy Cougar? Well, technically, that wouldn't her Indian name then be either Girl Like Cougar or Woman Like Cougar? Now there is one that if I ever did that, Woman Like Cougar, I could see all the trolling now from you guys. And I don't know what you could switch that to. Womanly? Because Womanda? Then? I'm not sure what the feminine version of manly would be. Womanly. Womanly just does not sound like a name. Wilma, maybe? Because it's not. Yeah, I know. Because it's not. Well, thanks for the help there, Joshua. I would have never known. Rick needs to get on with developing his Pandaverse version of his characters. What, you mean pandering to people by Pandaverse? Well, the closest I've come at this point, if you're talking about doing stuff like that, like gender bending my characters for the Pandaverse, is I have created a sort of a female version of Canadian Shield, but not quite the same. Um, I've created my version of the Legion of Superheroes. Mandy Cougar would be a hit with Dummy Mommy crowd. But my version of the Legion of Superheroes. But what I do with them is I flip flop the genders. So we have somebody who's basically the Canadian Shield in there, but totally different character in a lot of ways. Called Teen Shield, and it's a girl. But I haven't created a, like an Earth where there's, all the things are reversed. Rick, read that like, uh, Rick pretends not to know what that means. Rick, read that like he did. What, Dommy Mommy? Well, I might be able to guess, but I've never heard the term before. Dominant moms? Dominatrix moms? Something along that lines? But somehow I'm thinking I'm wrong. And Flit's laughing out loud. So, so did Joshua, but that's before I said anything. So they have yet to respond to my response. Okay. So Flit. So is Flit going to draw a comic for you? I don't know. He hasn't said yes or no yet. And then I don't know what his price would be either, so that could be a bearing on it too. The question should be more to Flit, whether he's going to, not to me, whether he's, how much he's considering it or not considering it. I just got back. Back from where? Well, I was asking him to, seeing whether he wanted to, he might be considered doing the Snowdrift Ash can after I get Snowdrift done. This Ash can like 4 or 5 pages. 4 pages. Just like the Canadian Shield Ash can. How much time would I have? I don't know. Yeah. How much time do you think you would need? Hey, Tim. To do a 4 page comic. because it's not. I'm not even sure when I want to release it yet, so that's why I don't even know. You know, I could put it in with the Snowdrift campaign. I'm here to regain my rightful place as number one. Well, you're not even number three at this point. It's not showing a number for you, Timmy boy. Rough estimate, are we talking a few weeks, a few months, half a year from now? Months, maybe a few years? Game on. I am number three. Well, you are now, anyways. You weren't when you were saying it. You'll be always number one in Rick's table. Laugh out loud. It may be sweet, but is it true, Tim? I'm sorry, it's not. Jesus is number one in my heart. And then probably some girl might could come be next in my heart. I don't know if any guy would actually come close to being number one in my heart. You know, save for Christ. Lettering for Melvin 4 starts on Saturday. Saturday. What a day. That's not. And Tim, you know, if you want to hop on, you can. Finish. Okay, so we just need one more color. Color, color, color. Color, color, color. We need the color of... Right, there we go. There's the right color right there. Okay, so the characters are all colored in on this page. So we're going to move on to the next page and color characters in. Oh, yes. So Flit, this is sort of what the ass cam would look like, but of course, Snowdrop not Canadian Shield. So we have the cover for Canadian Shield one. Then we have title page, story by, pencils and inks would be you there, and then editor would be Metal, also known as Malcolm. And then we have first page, pencil, inks, second and third page, last page, and then some sort of bad by me, and then, you know, back cover. Now, I want to see something, although this is probably doesn't matter. Okay, it's not, he did not draw what I said. Comes out of a horse, out of the vortex comes messenger on a horse that is made of fire. This horse does not look like he's made of fire. This looks like a horse with fire surrounding him. You know, like Johnny Storm. But oh well. And we, I don't know if I could mentally handle Rick ripping apart my art for 6 hours live. I've never done that to anybody 6 hours live. And then you'd have to be here to handle it too, so you could just not be here. And actually, I asked for what's his name, Alpha Proto. I haven't ripped anything apart of his. You know, I told him a couple of parts where he needed to make a correction. He doesn't. Jeez. I like working with Alpha Proto. He's a professional. Usually it's just him forgetting to put one of the shield emblems on or something like that. I think I corrected him where the cape's supposed to go. He's done that right now ever since. Just minor stuff like that. Maybe if he's up for it. There we go. There we go. Everything's. Oh, you guys can't see me. Hate when I forget to go back and do stuff. So you didn't see me transforming this whole page. Making the panel folders and making so each one is a certain thing. Okay, so in here we also want 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we want force, messenger, portal, and background. So let's see, for this next panel we need Control C, panel 2, we need all those, plus we're going to need another one here. Canadian Shield. So we'll copy those. And we'll put those here. That is 3. Okay, so Canadian Shield will be in 4. He will be in 5. And he will be in 6. Now, portal and background will be in 4. And 5. And then in 5 we have new. Let's add a folder and call it absorb. And we'll copy it, and then we will put it in 6. There we go. I think that's everything in everything. We will find out, won't we? Now the question is, do I think I can get this page done in 3.5 hours? Okay, so the major question is, since our horse is not made of fire like we want it, what color are we going to do the horse? Because this horse is not a horse, of course, because it's not Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, unless it's Mr. Ed. But what if it's the horse that's supposed to be made of fire that Messenger rides on? What color of a horse shall we do? I don't really want to do a typical horse color. I don't want brown, black, white. Just color it fire colors. Yeah, but will that blend in? Because then I'm gonna do the fire around it. Or purple. Purple is pretty cool. You have convinced me, Flit. Purple. And I'm going to take this harness off of it, too. So what, you don't like that? You convinced me to make it purple? I think that is a leg. And then I think we have a fire. Ooh, what about purple fire? Nah. I will be taking this out of here and going, probably do some sort of solid color around this thing, and then just filling the fire in it. Okay, so I don't know what color some things are supposed to be. Is that like his tail? Part of his tail? There we go. However, it is if it is hailed as a gold, bold, and genius artistic choice, I'm taking all the credit. Chat, if this page is ripped apart because of the purple heart, I take no responsibility for it. It was Rick's choice ultimately. Over it is hailed as a bold and genius artistic choice that I'm taking all the credit. Oh. Is Messenger in here anywhere? I heard the Dario, I heard the Dario, ba 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 ba. Scooby dee 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 doo. Okay, so we'll take orange and blue. Orange, blue. Blue, orange. Blue, orange. Blue, orange. Blue, orange. Okay, so messenger. Yeah, Canadian show really jumped the shark with the report. Yeah. There's not supposed to be a line there. He has no gauntlets. He's confusing him with my other angel. So I'm going to have to take the gauntlet off. This guy puts in lines when he doesn't need to, and he forgets to put in lines when he needs to. Can't stay consistent in the looking of the face. I need to get the colors in first. What is the gesture messengers making first? I don't know, hi-yo cowboy or something like that? Or whoa, horsey! And he forgot to put the belt on here, too. It's not like I said the guy should be making a gesture. Because what I have is not what is. All it says is page 18, panel 1. Out of the vortex comes messenger on a horse that is made of fire. Messenger saying, "What's up, Cougar? Having some problems?" I guess he's hailing him. "Hey, Canadian Shield, over here, over here." No, it's not like a man like Cougar's going anywhere. He's just like trying to find he's just, sort of floating there in air, trying to look around for I gotta make Canadian Shield wider in some of these shots. He's skinnying him up. He's supposed to be wider. He's really... And I think this should be draped down here more. Of course, I'm on the wrong layer. Excuse me. Oh, it's gonna stink, yeah. All I can say is I'm glad I'm switching to Alpha Proto. For the next comic. the next Canadian Shield comic. Rick, what are your thoughts on Space King? What is Space King? I guess is the first question. His heart goes out to us. Rick prefers the has-been hotel. No, thank you. I don't want to be a has-been. Then again, if I was a has-been, that would have been mean I was somebody at some point, so. Rick, go watch Space King, absorb its message, then return to us. Space King is an indie cartoon on YouTube. Well, how long is one of the things? The episodes. Then tell us why Hate Monger is your favorite. Episode 1 is 17 minutes. Okay. How about I do it tomorrow sometime before I come on next? When are you going to become a React channel? My reactions are on my other channel, Pied Piper. The Pied Piper of Hamilton. If you want to see me do any reactions, that's where it'd be. And I do have a few over there, eh? Hmm. So we do. Red and white. Press 1 if Rick should make a King Space King reaction video. Oh, jeez. With only 2 people in the chat, and both seem to like this Space King. How'd I know that wasn't going to be a unanimous vote? I'm actually not joking about this, Rick. It is ironically might get your channel some attention. Well, I'll probably end up doing it over on my other channel, Pied Piper. And hopefully I can direct them over here. Oh. Hmm. Uh, it must be a genuine first time watch reaction though. No watching it through once, then recording your reaction on a second or third watch. Yeah, I've done that. I can record myself on the first time, and then if I, depending on, like, oh, we've done a bunch of My Hero Academia first time watching for that over there. There some the Alien movies, Die Hard movies, some JoJo Bizarre Adventures, some other animes, Cowboy Bebop. Okay, we're on five. Hmm. He's really not doing the Canadian Shield as big as he should be here. He's looking only as big as Superman to me. What about you guys? What is your reaction called? Cringe stupid. Pied Piper of Hamilton. I think you're subscribed to the channel. It's more than just thing. Here, let me. Switch account. Can I not? That's just wrong. Oh. Add as moderator. We'll give Pied Piper managing mod powers. I am seeing two Pied Piper. Well, Flit, you should be able to click the three dots on that one that just chatted in the chat and say, go to channel. Does that help, Flit? Why Space King is actually Christian media? YouTube thinks your channel name is YouTube thinks your channel name is a misspelling of Pied Piper Hamlin. And it is, but it isn't. Of course, it's, I'd say, based off that, but because Hamilton is similar to Hamlin. My dad used it for various things too. See, right here, he looks a hell of a lot bigger than he does there, width-wise. Why can this guy not be consistent? And what makes you say, yeah, also, yeah, you have two identical channels, yeah, with that name. Yeah, I created the first one, the one that's got the lower sub count, and then I decided to switch it to uh, something that to make it so I could make longer videos on it by linking it to my Google account with this one. I'm not sure how to get rid of the other one though. I'm not sure whether I want to. I think I do though. Okay, so now we have absorb. Are you able to edit old channel names to be different to avoid confusion? Uh, Possibly. I haven't tried. I haven't logged into that one in so long. I'm not sure whether I could. Change it to the Pied Piper, Pied Pider of Hamilton. On second thought, you may not like the type of audience a name like that one might attract. That and that one also has my snack. If you remember when I did snack videos, Canadian snack videos, Uh, I didn't want to get this done. I not want to go all the way to midnight. Probably ending right about now. Oh, but I can't get bored. There we go. So I guess we got two more colors to go. Oh. Rick, keep yourself awake by brainstorming a way to get me $14 million. There are no bad ideas. Why would shouldn't I brainstorm a way to get myself $14 million first? So I can, make all the comics I want? First way, invest in Cross Comics. Hello? Is that the new Bitcoin? Well, Cross Comics. Yeah, Cross Comics is a Bitcoin. We've really expanded. It's easier to imagine how to get someone else, me, 14 million than it's yourself. That's like psychological or something. Let's see, I need to find out Zorbs. Brown and blue. Brown and blue. Sucrose to the moon. To the moon with you! To the moon! Rick should make an animated series based on your D&D, and then the Bravo. Bravo. Okay, so we need to obviously get all these things a little bit more tight. So we'll start with panel 1 and a horse. Okay. Well, I think I need something to eat. Plushies are not our hot item right now. A Brobo plushie. Okay. Give me 5 minutes or so. Actually, no, I think I'm just gonna make some chicken nuggets. No, it's not a chair stream. When are you going to sell Canadian Shield plushies, right? Gotta find out how much it costs to get them made. I don't hear anybody there. The horse is a horse, of course, unless it's Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed. Okay, so in about 3 minutes, I gotta go grab the microwave. Me chicken nuggets. Me nuggets to Christian. Me nuggets to chicken. Christian nuggets.